Welcome back to probably a very late episode of Talking Blows. I don't even remember.
Welcome
Because
back.
I think that. Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back. We're going to be doing top 10 Pokemon today.
Well, then I bought the wrong list.
Yeah. I have some pretty interesting Pokemon to talk about.
Is it?
But,
It's all Wooper.
No, it's like
two different Wooples and two different Quagsires.
no, I've got some weird ones in here.
It's Cthulhu, isn't it?
That is one of my favorite video game protagonists, Cthulhu.
Yeah. So this episode is I don't know a number anymore because I think YouTube and YouTube and the podcast have actual different numbers. But this episode is top 5 video game protagonists. So like them or hate them, you gotta play with them.
Speaking of liking and hating, when we do our master list, I think we should gentleman's agreement to not vote for our own thing. You're voting for one of the other two. Might make it a little
Makes
more
sense.
interesting.
Didn't realize we're still doing that voting thing at the end.
Yeah, man, it's gotta make the master list.
I completely forgot. I completely forgot all about that.
Gotta make a good case
It's like
for your
it's
character.
it's not official or anything. It's
It
just
is
like,
official.
it's just something random that we came up with at the end of it.
No, it's official.
I mean-
that nobody can disagree.
I mean, you say that, Portable, but when we did the test recording for the SMT podcast, you added a Smash or Pass segment.
Wait, what?
So
Oh, well, I was. Wait, what?
yeah, remember when we did?
If I did, it's only like for that one, and it was only just.
You say that, but the person who I sent it to potentially edit it said that had to be wanted that as a thing every episode.
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, it sounds like a solid segment.
But I have no girls on my list.
Too bad you gotta smash and pass your characters.
Okay,
Just
well,
you, though.
honestly,
Nobody else has to. A blanket spoiler warning, we're going to try not to spoil the whole games for everybody, but we will be probably talking about spoiler moments, so watch at your own risk.
Who wants to take us up first with the number 5?
I could start off.
Go for it. Take it away.
Number 5, and I think you've been watching the recent show that's come out from this, but Joel from The Last of Us.
Yeah, I have. It's a pretty cool dude.
Did you play the games?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just really love the dynamic with this, and that spoiler alert, his daughter dies in the beginning, and he has to deal with that through the years until he kind of find, well, it's not a replacement, but he finds someone to, it seemed to have filled that void, I think. And who he tries to protect throughout the whole thing, and it's just an awesome dynamic. They even throw jokes at each other. Well, she throws jokes at him, which, by the way, I love those segments.
I bet you do.
And his reactions to it are great. And it really becomes like a relationship at the end of and care.
Father-daughter relationship.
Yeah. I love this man, and they did him dirty in the second game, which I won't talk about.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna go next. I've got an idea. I'm gonna give you a quote from this character. I'm gonna see if you guys know who it is. This is one of my favorite quotes in gaming. I'm not gonna say it like them because I'm not a voice actor. Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is it a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the gods who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle and wonder if we'll ever get the chance to kill them.
I want to say God of War, but I know that doesn't sound right to me.
No, it's a little close, but that's the best Android 2B from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never played those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I knew it. I knew it.
It's actually the opening quote. It's one of my favorite quotes in the games, but I really like 2B as a character just because she's very in the start especially, she's very soldier, she's by the book, she's doing her task and whatever she's commanded to do, and by the end she has a good relationship with her companion, Linus. And
you know what's also kind of a funny blue loop between both your guys' number 5s? Nier Automata just got an anime this year.
Oh yeah, actually I thought that was what Sai was gonna say when he said he thought you've been watching it, because I just recently got the anime that I've been wanting to check out.
Yeah, so they both literally have a show that just came out.
While I was like looking back, just to, like jog my memory on some like details about these characters, evidently there is a orchestra for the Nier game, and it is confirmed in the orchestra that she has to kill 9S 48 times.
Cease.
So yeah, she's going through some trauma.
Yeah. Well, I'll also say, I think both of us only stopped after the first playthrough, so apparently neither of us got the full stories either.
No, I definitely need to go back and play through the rest of them. I want to really get all 20 whatever endings, but...
I think 26, one for each level. But a lot of them are like, hey, you took out your self-destruct chip, so you self-destruct. Or like, hey, there's something happening here. You should really go here right now. Or then go a different direction, and then... Or there's one that's like, it's a fish. Well, this fish is very dangerous to androids. Would you like to eat it?
Yeah, I think I'd actually got that ending on my current save.
I did too. I do my number 5 next, and I'll follow Yuji's lead and give a quote, and I'm sure you guys will both recognize this quote. Was everyone going bingo?
Yes.
So, my number 5 is Leon Kennedy.
Mystic.
Well, interesting design. I personally prefer his character from the second game, but his character from the fourth game is also good. First day of the job, had to survive a zombie apocalypse situation, and try not to break under the stress or get bitten, because there's no immunity in the Resident Evil world. Well, at least at that time there wasn't. No immunity and no cure.
I do really like how just like edgy and like witty he thinks he is, but it's just as comical and not at all.
Kind of like Spider-Man.
I feel like he intentionally knows it, and he's just having fun.
Yeah, you would hope so, but it just makes him like I can't help but love him.
Yeah, he's definitely a very lovable character.
I've sent my right hand to defeat you. Your right hand comes off.
Now that I've said it, he really does give Spider-Man vibes when it comes to the talking back.
Yeah, I never thought of it.
So now we vote for our number 5. Out of both your guys, I'd have to go 2B.
I'd have to go Leon, because I love the whole, like, I've never played that game, and I have no idea.
Leon is on my like list of people I had to cut, like pretty high up, so I'm gonna go Leon as well.
Okay, so our number 5 is Leon.
Definitive number 5 is Leon.
Where'd everybody go? Bingo.
With that, Portable, bring us into your number 4.
Oh man.
Alright, so number 4 is Leon.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Nice.
this is one of the ones
And
I
I had a whole bit of like being little Napoleon going, Mr. Kennedy. and then you said the name, like, God damn it.
Yeah, this is
God damn it.
This is one of the ones I thought we would have a crossover on.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking back at my list, he was my number 8, so he was really close to being on my lists as well.
From 4 is my favorite Leon version.
Yeah, that would be my favorite as well.
Because he has the jokes, he has the spunk. He's been through hell, and like now he's just like he's used to things now. He's used to the rodeo, thrown in, fighting.
I don't know if it's ever like shown out in the games, but I've watched something on Netflix, one of the Netflix shows, I guess, like animated shows, and he's like actually in like the security where like the president is. He's in the White House, and I think that's really funny that he went from day one recruit police officer to all the way up the chain just from a couple missions. Yeah.
Probably because he was like one of the rare survivors from that incident.
Yeah.
Oh, you say in the missions, there's actually a lot of stuff that just really never made it in the games, like the Dark Side Chronicles, that the overall actual news story, and that takes place before 4, and categorizes Leon and Krauser's mission together.
Oh yeah.
He's close to how he is in 4 in that, but he's not exactly how he was yet.
Yeah, the Resident Evil has, just the series in general, has so much lore. I like that kind of stuff.
They could have had more too if only Musa was actually a Resident Evil game like it was originally planned.
I like the setting that game turned out to be though, so it's probably better to get a little variety out there.
And also coincidentally, there was actually a remake of 4 starring Leon coming out later this year.
Yeah, I'm so hyped. It's actually like next month, I think.
But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good. I haven't actually watched it. I've seen clips of it, but not actually sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
I also want to play. I've been wanting to play the RE4 VR one, but I don't want to buy the game again
I'd buy
You'd
it
also
again
need-
if I had the
because
headset.
it's its own thing, and you can't just buy the normal game.
Well,
with
no,
that.
you'd have to also buy the headset too, because it's only on it's only on the MetaQuest.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah,
lame.
Facebook funded the
What?
game.
Oh, well, I guess I'm. But yeah, love Leon. That version of Leon does the jokes. Awesome dude. I would have almost said Little Napoleon, the enemy in that game, but
That's
he's not
antagonized.
he's not a protagonist. So like,
Maybe when we do a top 5 antagonist list, you can have him on it.
but I love his dynamic and how he gets angry with Leon's teasing, and it just works on him. It's so good.
I saw
So
recently there was a video put out where they boundary broke the game, and some of the cutscenes that Napoleon's in, they've actually had to raise him up a little bit that you can't see off camera, so he'd make it in the frame. So some if you back the camera out in some scenes, he's just hovering because he was too short to make it in the frame.
Oh, you also remind me of that glitch that can happen at the end of 4, where when you get into the speedboat at the end, and the boat doesn't move, but he does. He goes, "Let's go," and it just flies over the water. That still gets me.
But I know one thing that's going to disappoint you with the remake. Then
I know it. I was gonna get to that. It seems
okay.
it seems like they're going more horror-y. That sounds bad, actually.
Yeah.
It really does. They seem to be leaning into the hollow tone more.
More horror-ish.
Well, that was not what I was going to say. Is Little Napoleon's got a redesign, and he does not look like Napoleon anymore.
I need to Google this now. I am upset. What did they do to my little Napoleon?
He's got look more like a powdered wig on. It looks like you know, like you'd see during the Revolutionary era, U.S.
I love Googling it. People also call him Little Napoleon, and that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. Oh my god! RE4 Part 4 Mini Napoleon. Thank you, YouTube.
I do like that they also, like, Napoleon is famously known for having, like, him being told that he's short. So I like the fact that you have to specify that he's Little Napoleon, not just Napoleon. Yeah, he's like even smaller than that somehow.
Yes.
Yeah. So Napoleon actually wasn't sold.
Yes.
That is always hilarious too.
I don't like the new Little Napoleon.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. That's why I said it would disappoint you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm done. That's mine. That's my number 4.
So, Yjui, you're number 4.
All right, I want to hit you guys with another quote. And I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a lot easier.
Okay, can I ask one question beforehand?
Okay, go for it.
Do you have a quote for all your 5?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay.
I got to get the games in there. I got to let you guys guess in this one. It's going to be a speed round, so you guys got to guess whoever's first wins, all right? And my quote is, boy.
Oh, and I'm letting you get it, Portable.
You have to say it again.
Boy.
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
I can't tell.
I'm kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say
kidding.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Come on, boy. Let's go.
Yep. And if it's not painfully obvious, my number 4 is Kratos from the God of War games. I just really love how absolutely manly of a man this dude is. Also, just he's like, when you're playing the games, it's almost like he's not protagonist because he's like just so hate fueled and doing crazy violent things.
Yeah. That's the beauty of saying protagonist and not hero.
Yeah, he definitely does not feel like a hero. He definitely feels a little bit like you're playing the villain, but I mean, it's mythology, so like nobody really is the hero.
Yeah, who really is the hero in Greek mythology besides Prometheus?
None of the gods, that's for sure.
Especially not Zeus.
I really love like the first arc, his Greek arc. He just like a lot of like betrayal stuff, and like he just got so sick of being duped, and he just killed everybody in the Greek mythos. Moved to Norse lands, Netherlands? Question mark.
Like Sweden, Norway, maybe Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands I think does count.
He moved to that area, lived there for like 100 years with nothing going on, had a kid, his wife died, and it set off the the new arc, which is like the Norse mythology arc, and he has a son now, which he was like never in his life, and like it's kind of like Joel, but more angry, where it's like he slowly gets that relationship with his son.
Well, he did have a kid at one point beforehand, but that didn't end well either.
No, that Zeus is dead because of that.
Yep. Wasn't it the god of war that was killed because of that, not Zeus?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, because Ares tricked him into like I think he like he thought he was hallucinating, but he wasn't. I don't know. It's been a while.
If I recall correctly, which I may not be, Ares had a group of Spartans attack a specific town where his wife and kid happened to be, and he didn't know that till after the battle.
For some reason, I remembered Ares tricking Kratos into killing them himself, but I could be wrong. You're probably right.
I might be. He also might have done more to it. I will say I've only played the first 3 numbered ones and not either of the PSP ones. There might be more context that I don't know because of that.
Right.
I played all of the old God of War games, and of course I love where they took Kratos' direction.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see him go from being just fueled by rage to trying to control that and actually like give Kratos somebody that he cares about.
You seen the end of the second?
No, I've not played any of Ragnarok yet. Been holding out for that PS5.
I cried a little bit.
He's been holding out for PS5 or the PC port.
Yeah, which will probably honestly come first at this point, but.
I won't spoil it, but I cried.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. You're not the first person I've heard say that they've cried a little at the end.
It hits you. You won't expect it.
So I didn't realize where Kratos had gotten the name Artorias from for a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I definitely know it's like one of the son or one of the. I feel like the kids of one of the Greek gods, but I don't remember.
It was one of the Spartan soldiers from the second game.
Ah.
That fought alongside Kratos. Pretty much the only. Yeah, the one that had all the speaking lines.
Yeah, that wraps up my number 4.
My number 4, I don't have a quote for, sadly, and I can't come up with one on the spot like I could for Leon, but he is one of the half-demon sons of Sparta, Dante, from the Devil May Cry series. But yeah, Dante, I like him as a character. He kind of has a bit of a Leon vibe as well, with the cocky attitude, and overall, what's is probably partially from Devil May Cry originally being a beta for Resident Evil 4, as he was originally gonna be Leon.
Yeah, always so funny.
And so he has a bit of the attitude Leon has from Resident Evil 4, and it's just gotten more and more absurd as the games go. As long as you don't look at Devil May Cry 2, because he's as deep as a piece of paper in that one. Specifically, I perform best in Devil May Cry 3 with his cocky teenager attitude when he's just starting his business. And then Devil May Cry 3, there's also the conflict with his brother, which is also interesting to see in general.
Also a really awesome jokey character. Mm-hmm. Always teasing the bosses.
It is always funny. I still need to play 5 at some point, which I do own, just never got around to it. But I hear Dante is amazing in 5, and I mean, there's a dance scene with a fedora I've heard a lot about.
that's a
good... yeah. Jesus, it's awesome.
Yeah, I hear that's a highlight of the game. So my number 4 is the demon slaying son of Sparta, Dante. Between your guys' two, I think I'd have to go Kratos, just because we've already put Leon on the big list, or the main list of all between.
Yeah, I would also say, I mean, honestly, I've never played Devil May Cry, so I don't know exactly who Dante is. Well, I know who he is, but I've not played his games, so I would vote Leon. Again.
Wait, but it's fair. I'm not sure if we had a rule of doubling the same character.
Well, there's no way to get Leon doubled. It's just whoever you choose.
You can't vote for your own character.
We could potentially get a tie at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
I have to go with Kratos anyway.
Sweet. Kratos is number 4.
Fight his way up to number 1.
Yeah.
like the gods he's killed.
Rest in peace to the next 3.
Oh
Unlucky
no.
souls.
Oh no.
Leon's safe at least.
Yeah, Leon is safe. Bring us into number 3, Portable.
Okay. My number 3 is Nathan Drake, which is not a series I kind of surprised myself with that I did not expect to like, but I have actually played the first and all the way up to the last one, where it also shows maybe a future game with a different character? Question mark.
Well, I will say there was one game that came out after Uncharted 4 that did not star Nathan. It starred 2 other characters.
Oh.
I don't remember what their names were though. But I believe there were 2 characters from Olio Games that were his sidekicks in said games.
Also has a lot of cool one-liners and, again, a character with humor that I guess is my weakness.
I'm starting to see a common trend of you liking humor with your characters.
It had fun enough action, but also like the humor. Like I vibe with that. If it's done certain ways.
I really like Nathan and Sully's relationship as well. It's just like they're just known each other for so long, and they get a lot of good banter.
Yeah, they definitely have some good banter.
That's my blood. That's a lot of my blood.
That is a good quote.
Is that it? Is that my deal? Die now or help you and die later? That's a tough call, but you know what? I'll take die now.
Yeah, definitely good with the one-offs. I think he was one of my favorite characters to play in PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. You know, the Sony Smash clone.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I thank you. I needed. Now I have someone to put on my honorable mention. Parappa.
If Nathan gets the definitive slot, at least we can actually like play out Kratos versus Nathan. Because he's also in that game.
I was about to say that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, is it old Nathan or is it old Kratos or is it newer, older, wise?
It's
Kratos?
all the same Kratos.
But he's like he's not gonna like walk up to Nathan Drake. Drake says,
"Oh, I see what
think
you're saying."
Funny about his muscles, and then Kratos grips his neck and then snaps it. If it's like the older.
It's
Kratos.
definitely angry Chaos Blade wielding Kratos.
Oh. What if Nathan Drake makes him giggle?
I don't think that's possible.
I
I think Kratos is long gone from laughing.
Nathan cracks a joke and Kratos looks at him very sternly and with a scowl, and then all of a sudden, hey. I like you, brother.
No, I think Nathan and Leon would get along a lot better than Nathan and Kratos would.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I love the games. One of the few times a whole series had interested me to play them all, because there was always something like, I guess it's also the wondrous things that he goes and tries to find, like the Lost City of Gold or some magic thing or gizmo, and just to prove that did that thing exist? Was there actually magic? Was there any like weird things going on in the world? You know, there's that sense of wonder that also hooks me.
Then I think you need to get a Vita then, because I don't think you played the Vita game starring him.
It was pretty solid.
No, I didn't, but I don't think I'd be interested in that one.
It was pretty solid. It was literally just Uncharted on Vita.
That is my number 3. Please don't kill him, Kratos.
Then you don't want him on to make the list then, since Kratos is gonna fight his way to 1. Yjui, you're number 3.
All right, you guys ready for the quote? He actually doesn't say a whole lot, so I don't have much to pull from. So his quote that I'm gonna give you guys is, "Hi."
It's Yoshi.
I don't know how you translated Yoshi's languages, but you nailed it. It is Yoshi.
Bling. No, that's Kirby, right?
And number 5 is Kirby. I love Kirby because they are cute, they are baby, and they are an all-powerful being, probably the most powerful being in the universe ever, I would argue.
Yeah, well, he's definitely the most powerful being in his universe at the very least.
I'd argue in the other universes.
By multiple.
My dude has punched a planet into pieces before. He can swallow anything. He has infinitely swallow. He has infinite swallow ability, and if you happen to be swallowed, he can have your ability.
No, I wasn't saying that he would not be. I was just saying I don't claim to know all media. I could see some obscure thing with just an overpowered character.
An overpowered character who cannot be sucked.
I mean, The cool part is that Kirby is actually like a baby of his kind.
Yeah, he's 2 years old, and if the anime is to be believed, he has 200 years before he reached maturity.
And like that's him not even that's him not even
He just
not even a fraction of his power.
Him being a toddler.
yeah, I think it's great. I think it's hilarious. I think I love everything about Kirby.
So you done with your number 3 then, Yjui?
Yeah, that's all I got for Kirby.
Okay. My number 3, I think Portable would have some knowledge on slightly, and I don't think you've ever heard of her, Yjui, Rachel Gardner.
No.
The main character of the RPG Maker game toned anime, Angels of Death.
The weird Scythe dude.
Yes, it is that one. It's the 13-year-old main character that's a little girl. Yeah, she wakes up in a strange building and ends up trapped in multiple floors with serial killers. And as it goes through, you realize, like, the way she acts, something's not quite right with her personality-wise. And chasing her down through multiple floors, the secondary lead ends up getting in trouble as well, being the full serial killer. They're not supposed to leave the floors. And she ends up making a deal with him to get him out of there if he promises to kill her.
Yeah, I've never heard of this character. I don't even know if I've heard of the game.
And it's an RPG mode game. I know it's been ported to the Switch. It's on Switch and Steam, to my knowledge. And then there's the anime. Which I hear the anime is a very good adaptation of it, but it's also got like anime, a prequel manga. It's decently popular because, I mean, they keep making new stuff for it.
I watched a few things. I watched a few episodes of the anime, I think.
Yeah, I think you watched like 2 or 3 of them with me. And I've read the entirety of the manga. I've watched all the anime, and I've started the game. I've not fully finished the game yet. But I just find her character interesting.
Sounds interesting, that's for sure.
What the best number 3 was?
Alright, I will go with my vote for Nathan, just because he is on my list of characters that didn't quite make the cut, but he is on my list.
What about Kirby? Because I do like Kirby more than
Rachel.
Yeah.
And I'll go Kirby as well, or that sweet Kirby versus Kratos action.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that means Kirby might have a chance to defend the next 2 characters from the Wrath of Kratos. Because I'm assuming Kratos has to go up in line. He has to make his way up the chain of command. Kirby's gonna be a tough
Listen, Kirby absorbing Kratos. Kirby with a scar. Kirby.
Yeah, he gets
You know,
Oh
you know,
no! Wait!
you know,
Wait!
Kirby just starts going.
Wait. No! I was about to make this joke because, like he comes up to Kratos and Kirby Kratos like, boy.
my favorite imagery now is you know how famously the Japanese Kirby is a lot happier than the American Kirby, like on the box arts. He's always angry looking on our box arts compared to the happy looking Kirby on Japan's box arts. That's because Kirby absorbed Kratos and got all of his anger on our box art, so now he's like a little slightly angry.
Angry Kirby. For some reason, that reminded me of the Snorlax from the old games up to the newer ones, where he slowly stands up.
Yeah,
I love that.
Throughout the generations.
yeah, that is great.
I wonder if that was actually intended or if that was just 100% coincidence.
Always order things
100%
like that.
had to be.
I don't know. It might have just been a coincidence.
There's no way.
Like,
There's no way. The consistency is no way. It had.
that would mean like somewhere in the notes, like each game that they made with Snorlax in it, they had to be like, all right, make him slightly stand up more. Like, I feel like there's no way that information gets carried through like 20 years of video games. But either way, it's a great detail.
So Portable, you're number 2.
Snorlax. Number 2 is. Oh wait, can I do a quote this time? Let me think. What quote?
Yeah,
Cool.
Since y'all like really like our quotes, and you guys know this game, but it has been a long while. Let me think. Oh, okay. I don't really like girls. Yes!
From the sky.
Yes!
Yeah, no, I know that one. I don't think
He would not
Yuji's
understand
played.
that quote.
Yeah, he would not. That quote is not.
Adele from.
Keep in mind, it's also a straight guy saying it.
I see.
Yes,
Does it sound that way?
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. You don't know the context until much later, but my number 2 is Adele from Disgaea 2. Definitely my favorite main character in all of the Disgaea games, as well.
I agree on that.
He's nice. He's hot-blooded. He likes to fight, and he's the most sane Disgaea protagonist compared to all of them.
Yeah, he's definitely the most sane one, except for his advance into using weapons.
He likes. You can still equip. The next proficient weapon he can use is actually a sword. But
I know,
yeah.
but Kale.
Lore-wise, he punches, and I like keeping him as fists anyway because of Big Bang Attack. That hits like half of the field with explosions.
And that attack is not that attack. No mind. But his Big Bang Attack is unique one or no?
No, that's a fist one. His unique skill is Vulcan Blaze.
Yeah, that one. The one that gets more and more absurd.
Where, over the games, like, it gets more and more awesome at absorbing DBZ levels of shooting beams at people. But, like, Vulcan Blaze is his ultimate skill. It's a one-target thing it's a high damaging skill, where he jumps at them and just beats the living goddamn soul out of their body, where he's punching them constantly and going and like just laying them out, and then like brings them into the air and lays into them more, and then he does like an uppercut and lands, and while they're still floating, he coolly like clenches his fist and they explode behind him. It's amazing.
Yeah. He definitely could pass as a DBZ character when fighting like that.
Yeah, and then in the later ones, he shoots a few energy beams. But they also changed his voice actor, and it's awful.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, his new voice actor is bad. I don't even like using him in the new games because of that.
Yeah. But oh god, I lost my train of thought. But I've spent that's the Disgaea game I spent the most time in playing a Disgaea game, like so many hours, max level stats. I can't.
You got the 9,999 with him.
A few times, because
reincarnation. Woo.
No one will ever understand like getting all the pirate maps and how long that takes in that game to get to the Land of Carnage. It's a completely random generating thing when you're inside of an item, which I can't even explain the mechanics to somebody who's never played the game before without sounding weird.
Well, I think he's played a bit of 3.
Yeah,
not
if
2.
they all play like the same general style, I know.
Yeah, they all play the same general style.
A lot of it's changing in Disgaea 7, and I think the main character is also level-headed. He seems to be cool and collected, but I don't know.
Yeah, he seems much cooler than the one from Disgaea 6 seemed.
I mean, I would like that one more, like a zombie guy, if it was a better game.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get that on sale.
But yeah, Adele's cool. The human character I want to use for my channel, I want to be like sort of in his likeness. I want like his hair kind of similar, but like.
That reminds me, Yjui, look at his profile picture. That is Adele.
Yes, he is my Discord. He is my Discord picture. That's Adele. Yeah.
Let's see.
I use him as my picture for pretty much all of my accounts. Yeah.
At this point, I don't have any context for him in the game, so Adele is just you to me.
Oh. I also like to punch things to death. But
I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
Aw.
We won't incriminate you today.
But yeah, Adele's great. His quotes are great. One of his quotes is, "That's just my style." And the quote of like in the beginning, he says, "I don't really like girls."
So like, off rip, the first thing he says to you.
It's one of the first things when someone teased him with a girl doing something in the beginning, and it's actually it's not because he's not gay, he's straight, but it's because he had a phobia moment happen with a succubus that kind of ruined a lot of things for him, but he gets over it after resolving that. But it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious because you do not get the context and for a good long bit after he says that.
Yeah, you just get no context.
It was great.
Also, I think he's also potentially, if you get the worst ending, the most evil of the main characters.
Oh yeah.
So you actually have to go out of your way for that worst ending.
Yeah, you usually have to do very specific things to get like the worst ending in Disgaea games. But yeah, Adele is my thing.
Okay, so Yjui, you're number 2, and your quote.
Moving into my quote. Alright, I'm not going to deliver this anywhere near as good as the character, but my quote is, "I'm not bitten. I never was."
I don't think I know that one.
Nobody knows? Alright. Well, the quote that I so greatly delivered comes from Clementine from the Walking Dead Telltale games.
I thought about that.
Yeah, I just really love. You're literally with her from child to like young adult. Oh, not quite young adult, but teenager. Her relationship, especially with Lee, the protagonist of the first game, is one of my favorite in all of gaming, all of any media really. Their relationship is so good.
Yeah, they really have a great relationship.
Just a young girl who is very naive and joyful in the start of it, and by the end of it, she's gotten beat down a little bit. She kind of realizes the world that she lives in, and she's turns into a badass towards the end. She's definitely goes from soft, you need to protect her, to she can handle her own, and I love the progression that you get to see every step of the way.
Have either of you played the final season or watched the final season?
I've watched it. I haven't played it myself.
What about you, Portable?
What, have I played The Walking Dead with Clementine?
The final season.
Oh, I watched them. I played the first game, and I think all the games with Clementine. I was the main character I watched. But I've been through it all. Still.
Okay. One of the things that interests me is she's actually, I think, one of the few canonical bi characters in the games.
Yeah.
Because in the final season, you can go. Yeah. There's 2 characters you can go either way with.
Yeah.
She also gets a bit of that kind of relationship that Lee had with during the final season as well with RJ.
I do like that she's put in Lee's role in the last season. That's really cool.
Yuji's number 3, Clementine from The Walking Dead. Oh, number 2, I mean, not 3.
My number 2 is Clementine from The Walking Dead.
And I also do not have a quote with my character.
Come on, you're slacking.
But before that, sorry, I just have to say, I actually got really emotional at the end of like the first Walking Dead game with with Clementine and.
Oh, definitely.
With Clementine,
if you don't cry playing The Walking Dead, there's something wrong with you.
Like you don't expect that. At the end.
You don't at all.
But you don't expect that. I felt that.
Yeah, you
that's one of the
feel
things that made me feel
with that. Okay, so my number 2, I do not believe Yjui would know him, but I think Portable might. Soma Cruz from Castlevania.
Yeah, I played as one game on the handheld.
He has 2 Castlevania games on the GBA and the DS. So.
I liked it. I like those Castlevania games because you had levels and stuff.
Yeah, the Metroidvania ones saw better in my opinion than Classicvania.
So they're called Classicvania.
Yeah, that's what people call them in the fan base.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Classicvania and Metroidvania.
Vania is such a good suffix.
It definitely is. Yeah, so the year is 2030 something, and Soma, along with his, because of a weird thing with the translation, his childhood friend who lives in a different country are going up to a shrine while he's visiting in Japan. In the actual Japanese, he just lived in Japan, and when they get there, an eclipse happens and they wake up inside a castle. Obviously, Castlevania, Dracula's castle, and they get saved by a mysterious man in black, but a monster sneaks past him and goes to them, and he ends up killing it, and its soul flows into him, and he gains the power so he gains a power to use something that creature could do. And it's your pretty much typical Metroidvania fashion. You exploring the place, gaining souls of enemies you defeat to further explore a place as you try to figure out why you're in Dracula's castle and how to get you and Mina, your childhood friend, out of the place. You find out the reason why you will end up there is because you were the reincarnation of Dracula. And if you get the bad ending of the game, which is to die during the real final boss fight, it ends up with the current Balmont walking into the throne room, showing Soma sitting on the throne, drinking a chalice of blood before throwing it to the ground to fight the Balmont, which is always like an epic scene to me.
Yeah, it sounds really, really rad.
And then in the second game, it's based on a castle in Europe because there's a cult trying to awaken Dracula within him. But I didn't go too much deep in because of continuing the spoilers, and I don't know if you're gonna keep this whole segment or not because just how endgame spoil it is. Yeah, so that's why number 2 is Soma,
Have you
who is
seen
not from The Walking Dead.
I mean, Soma would absolutely destroy
Yeah.
the zombies. Also, have you seen the Castlevania anime adaptation?
I've watched the full season of it.
I've seen it all. It's really good.
And I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I have heard like they introduced characters from other Castlevania games as well that were set during the same time period, like Hector.
And bosses. Isaac is one of my favorite characters in that game. I mean, that anime adaptation.
And he's one of the main villains from Curse of Darkness, I believe.
Yeah. You should watch the rest.
I plan to at some point. I
think that leads me to my vote. My vote for my favorite out of the two. I would say Rebel sold me on Adele.
Oh, wow! I didn't expect that, especially since you don't know the character. But
yeah, definitely.
It sounded really cool.
I think if it was most characters besides Clementine, I'd have to go Adele too. But Clementine being Clementine, I have to go Clementine.
What was yours again, Yjui?
Clementine.
Oh, right.
Clementine. Because we can't vote for our own.
That's actually, well, this is a hard choice for me between Clementine and Soma, because I did like that game. I guess I'll have to go Clementine, because more emotional for me.
Okay. We definitely need to hope Kirby survives against Kratos.
Well, now it's Kirby Kratos trying to go up the ranks.
Oh, Kirby would probably not care enough to go up the ranks.
Oh no.
No, Kratos takes over his mind.
Kirby absorbs Kratos and just pieces out. Now I'm gonna start my own list with blackjack and hookers.
You absorb Bender along the way?
Yeah, so worth it there.
I mean, come on, Kratos. I mean, Kirby with Kratos' personality would not be good.
No,
the world,
not.
Everything would end.
So Portable, you're number 1.
Well, we're in the
I'm gonna
do you want to do honorable mentions first?
Well,
sure, we can do honorable mentions. That kind of makes them more relevant, actually. Before that's a lot of the top 10 lists do, don't they, on YouTube?
Yeah.
I have honorable mention Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. Very quick. Very well written man. I guess if you were going the more nice route, because you could be evil and just kill and steal from everybody, I guess. But he changes a lot. He tries to provide for his clan, his people. Calm head on his shoulders, and I will always remember the quotes of "one more big score, one more job, Arthur." If you know what that meme is.
I did play the original Red Dead.
Oh.
But I don't quite remember.
Well, someone keeps saying one more heist, one more big score to him, but it's never the last one.
Never is.
That's really funny.
You never get out.
Also, Spyro is also honorable mentions. Everyone loves Spyro. He was one of my childhood games. Awesome stuff. Ash from the games, but also the movies from Evil Dead. I played those. I enjoyed those games, and they were a little hard, until I understood them better because they were a little clunky.
Honestly, 2 of them are considered very, very bad games.
Yeah, and Paparappa. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed those games.
Yeah, we bought PlayStation All Star Up. You remembered him?
Yeah, because I mained him in that, and I annoyed you guys. I remember because I would put down the jukebox just to grind up the juice things for my ultimate. Also recently, from the recent game I've been playing, Hi-Fi. What was it called again? Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush. The main character Chai. Unlike everyone else on my list, he is. Well, actually, I guess it's not entirely true, but he is very arrogant, very not the greatest main character. Very selfish too, but like very hilarious game.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be funny. I've only seen clips of him on TikTok. I haven't played the game.
Really funny game. The jokes don't like hit you like annoyingly. They just come and go.
And one of the things I saw was him trying to put a shoe on and it getting caught in the heel.
Putting a what on?
A shoe.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet, but I have seen some clips myself. And one of the bosses is even a JoJo enjoyer. Really fun rhythm game / Devil May Cry esque battle system. Oh, surprisingly gets pretty hard. Pretty fast. I also put it on very hard, but it's not like it increases damage or anything. It just doesn't hold your hand as much to the rhythm. So I feel like they hit that hard. Jeez.
Yeah, I felt like that game could get hard.
There are a lot of combos you can get. There's so much stuff to remember. There are mechanics to remember. But it slowly introduces them as you go. So it does the cool thing of teaching you. That's my honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah, Yjui.
Alright, so my list of honorable mentions, I have Sora at number 6, Marcus Phoenix at number 7, Leon was at my number 8 spot, and I have Samus and Link for 9 and 10. All great characters, but they just got slightly beat out.
And one thing I struggled with my list was I don't like silent protagonists. That was one thing that made it hard on my list.
I can see where you're coming from, but I don't consider any of my characters that I've chosen silent protagonists. I know Samus talks a lot, and Link, he's got character.
Link's very expressive.
Yeah.
This don't speak that much is why I brought it up, because I don't think I even have a single silent protagonist in my also lands because I didn't even consider them.
Yeah.
And say my also lands are James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2. In a town looking for his wife who had already passed away, but for whatever reason he got a letter from her in the mail saying that she was at the little special place and is trying to find her, and it's Silent Hill. There's monsters all over the place. Then I got Ellis from Left 4 Dead 2. He just talking about his friend Keith.
Yeah.
And when his friend Keith did this and that.
That's funny.
I got Phoenix White, because he's this interesting character, him and Maya arguing about what's a ladder and what's a step ladder can be very hilarious.
Maya's personality
important
is
distinction.
Really
funny. And I got Alyssa Hamilton from Clock Tower 3, because who doesn't like a horror game starring a magical
really
ball?
Like the Clock Tower series?
Yes, it's a very great horror series.
Is that the one with the Scissor Man?
Yeah. Yep. And then I also have Doom Slayer, specifically from the 2016 Doom. Just because actively people try giving him side quests, people try giving him story, and he's actively avoiding it the whole time the game's going on. He tries to get a character tries to send him on a fetch quest so they can turn a machine off, and he just breaks the machine to turn it off.
Yeah, that's pretty comical. I've just recently started playing that one,
and then I got Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes because he's just hilarious. He's trying to become the lead assassin just so he can get laid.
Yeah, I watched some of the streams that you. Pretty great.
Yeah, the game's just absurd, and I still have to play 2, 3, and Travis Touchback, but I do plan to play those just because of how hilarious he is in the first game. And that's the end of my honorable mentions. So, Paul, bring us into your number 1.
Okay, I'm going to do another quote. I know Zoth has played this one, and I know Yjui kind of knows this game. Shut up! Stop talking. Just go the hell away. That's a quote.
The main character from The World Ends With You.
Yes, Niku.
No, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Naku.
Yeah, aren't those his first lines as well?
Yes, the very first lines. He's like screw everyone. I don't get people. Never have, never will. I've got my values, so you can keep yours. All right. Like so many years ago, I really vibed with this poor emo boy. Very antisocial, very doesn't trust anyone, and you would say like that's a trope in a lot of games where like they start off like that and then they warm up quickly, but he's consistently he's consistently annoyed at his party and people for a good long time, but he does eventually realize that he enjoyed the company and things. Also, goddamn, the ending is very convoluted. I hear the second game also is like that, but I'm too afraid to try it because I don't want it to ruin like because the first one is amazing. I don't want to ruin my vision because it's very different.
Oh, also, the Switch remake added a post-game thing, like a post-game story.
Oh yeah, I think I watched that on YouTube. I might also be thinking nostalgia. It might be really hard nostalgia, but it just the character made me feel really good.
I mean, nostalgia's a hell of a drug, and if you vibe with him, you vibe with him.
But yeah, that's my number 1.
All right then. Are you guys ready for my quote?
Yep.
It's gonna be pretty obvious from the get-go, but my favorite quote from this character is he's asked what he's doing or what his plans are, and his response is to give the Covenant back their bomb. Right.
Yeah.
Right before pulling.
Very obvious.
Right before pulling this massive bomb off their spaceship and skydiving through space to give them their bomb back.
Is this Yoshi?
Actually, it is. It's incredible that you knew that Yoshi was on my list twice. I thought I was really going to throw a curveball there. In case it wasn't completely obvious, my number 1 is Master Chief. There he is, and he's my number 1.
You know, the scenario didn't make any sense to me because I've barely played any Halo game whatsoever. But like the way you described it, I was going to guess Halo.
Yeah, as soon as I say Covenant, it's pretty obvious. They're pretty.
But yeah, I had actually said Master Chief while I wasn't connected to you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Again, he's like 2B in the sense that he's very by the books. He's very chain of command. If he's ordered to do something, he'll do it. But he also has his android companion, his AI companion that he slowly develops like a relationship with and actually cares for. Like underneath the hard military exterior, he actually has a caring side that he cares for his friends. He's very loyal, and he's my number 1. It's one of the few characters that I like care enough about that I seek out the extended universe outside the video games. Like I just want all of it that I can get.
So that's your number 1, and my number 1 is previously on The Walking Dead. My number 1 is Lee.
Oh, I'll say Clementine again.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I imagine Yuri and Yuji's Clementine getting together and running from Kratos.
Yeah, that's another one we had with just starting off with him being in the back of a police car and then end up finding a little girl and trying to keep the little girl safe. Went over quite a bit about Lee during the Clementine talk, so I don't really need the much, but like teaching her to survive and I'm just making sure she's good there, and then the ending. Yes, my number one is Lee Everett from The Walking Dead.
Alright, Sai, you give us your vote for I think should be the definitive.
I mean, just like with Clementine, I'll probably have to go Lee. Because Master Chief was cool, but I was never too into Halo.
What about your vote, Zoth?
I think I would go Neku. Personally, I like Halo a lot as well, but like I said, I think I vibe more with Neku than I do Master Chief.
Alright, and that leads me to my vote, which I think Neko. I've been swayed on. I've actually played a little bit of the Switch port, so I have a little bit of an idea of his vibes, and I think our Portable has sold me on Neko as being the definitive. I would choose League. It's a very close, but if Clementine wasn't already on the list, Lee would 100% be on the list.
I'm actually surprised neither of you guys had Lee on the list.
Yeah, I think I just like when I think of The Walking Dead, like that Telltale series, Lee was a big part of it, but I feel like Clementine just had so much screen time that I think of it as her story more than Lee's story.
Yes, he had a lot more screen time than Lee did.
Oh, and there was like countless characters that I didn't remember, like maybe Cloud or.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to remember everybody on the spot.
I know when I was doing my list, I was looking at backlogging, and if I didn't bother to remember the character's name, I didn't view them as a good enough character to put on the list. I'm looking at the game's name.
And just for a recap, we can run back the definitive top 5. Number 5 being, of course, Leon Kennedy. Number 4, Kratos. Number 11, Kirby. I said number 11. Number 3, Kirby. Number 2, Clementine. And then our definitive top 1 that nobody can argue with is Neku from you. Which, I think if Kirby doesn't stop Kratos, I think Kratos might run through everybody, so there might just be a top 2.
I like how not only have you injected the whole voting system
now we have
for the top 5, but now you also have the
who's the
quotes before we say the things.
I mean,
now
we won't always be able to do that anyway. Like if we do top 5 drinks, we can't quote drinks.
It's also like the idea of choosing the strongest one, like it's like a fight for them. You just gotta.
You immediately ruined the joke I was going to do at the end of this podcast. I was going to say, join us next time on the top 5 most favorite fizzy drinks.
Before we get away from our podcast traditions, we gotta do a Portable Smasher Pass. Let's hear it. Go down your list and let us know.
Okay. See, like, this is 3 different things now.
Well, we need the content.
Put on this poor simple podcast.
Let us know, man. Do you want to do your top 5 or do you want to do the definitive top 5?
I think the definitive list would be the one we should all concentrate on.
All right, then. Okay. How are we feeling about Leon?
Smash.
I mean.
I like this. Hold on, I like this. Zoth wasn't even asked for his opinion. It was supposed to be just Portable.
You asked how we all felt on him. You asked how we all felt on him.
I mean, like, how would you not like Leon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Just give it a good
what
smash.
About you, Yjui?
I would.
I would do a little smash. All right, moving on. We got Kratos. He's been proven in the bed. Are we smashing? Or are we passing Kratos?
I'm pretty sure Zoth had a female character in his list that was not chosen either.
I had 2B on mine, and she didn't make it.
In my defense, it's good mine didn't get on the list because mine is underage. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
So-
I'm skipping the next two. We're not
Okay, good.
even-
I had no idea.
Yeah, I would not smash Kratos.
I'm going for it. Have you seen his muscles, man?
Kratos would smash you
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah, well, it'll be a death thing.
Death by Snoo Snow.
Alright, we're gonna skip Kirby because baby. We're gonna skip Clementine because child. And I don't know the age of Neku, but.
Teenager.
He's in his teens. So
Alright, well, there goes that segment. We're,
maybe that didn't work out. Maybe
yeah, it's always worth
characters
looking
that
at. We've got some good.
Master Chief? No.
Master Chief? Yeah, I
Probably
wouldn't.
not.
I don't even think.
Done. That maybe he would be charismatic.
I
I
would
guess.
need to know.
I'll say Lee Everett.
Who?
Nah.
Lee, the main character, the full season of Walking Dead.
Oh no, he's like too much of like a fatherly man. The same with like Joel. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I can agree on
It
both.
it feels really weird and also.
I feel like they would be stinky because it's like zombie apocalypse.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they would-
That too. That would
demons and
eventually get.
zombies. Yeah.
Not really being able to shout much.
Stinky.
too stinky.
Oh, that's the criteria.
Yeah.
What about Ash from Walking Dead? I mean Ash from Evil Dead.
Still stinky.
I would not. I'd.
Same.
Why did you ask? You just like same.
I was curious. I mean, that doesn't mean
Let's
I'm
take a-
going to. I was just curious.
Give us your outro, Portable.
Give us outros.
Yeah, give us an
Give you-
outro.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Thank you for joining us for our top 5 protagonists, which we didn't have to make games,
Video game
but
protagonists.
we didn't have to make it games, but everyone kind of wanted to do games.
Cool. I thought we was video game protagonist, so we could do like anime protagonist or so protagonist later.
Yeah, I think it was specified video game.
Okay. Join us next time on our next top 5 podcast of top 5 funniest memes. I'm kidding.
See
Better
everybody
than the joke I
then.
was gonna say.
I mean, you already took my original one. I had to come up with something.
That was top 5 ways to die.
I think we've definitely done that. I don't think it came to light though.
Yeah, most of all stuff did not come to light because of my
we
poor
got
editing.
it. We got it. We'll get it on track. Don't worry.
And, well, you'll find out what the next episode is when next episode comes around.
Next year. Bye bye, friends.
Bye.